How is your June budget? Mine? It's tight, very tight. I came off of one of the most expensive months of the year thus far, and that was May because of graduations, end of school, and all of that. So this month, I am challenging myself. I am not buying a thing. I have a $25 grocery budget for the week, and that's it. And if I don't need anything, I'm not spending it. I'm taking all of our money and sinking it back into savings and building my savings back up. Today's video is jam-packed. I've got some gardening tips for you. I'm going to get you into the kitchen, kind of show you what my plan is and what and how we are going to do this. Welcome to Pine Brook Homestead. My name is Marie, a happy wife with 4 boys, 2 grandchildren, and 1 on the way. I've been a full-time mother and homemaker for 35 years, with the last 14 developing our suburban homestead and gardens. Over the years, there have been many curveballs and difficulties thrown our way. Looking back, we conquered them all with hard work and prayer. Join me this month as we have another valley to walk through and mountain to climb to save money. I promise you some inspiration in the kitchen, in the gardens, and for you. As you can see behind me, I have straw bales. So this is considered straw bale gardening. And what I have done is I have opened up the straw bale, put a little bit of soil in there, and then planted. These are all honey nut, baby butternut squashes. So why am I doing this? Well, this bed was poor. It was weed infested. And so you can see I have black plastic down. I am baking this bed. I am baking off the weeds this year. And what will happen with the straw is it will decompose. So at the end of the gardening year, we will be pulling the straw off, pulling the plastic back, and then adding the decomposing straw to the garden bed to build up the soil. I may cover it back up for the winter and just let it bake. So that is what we're doing here. Now, the one tip with straw bale gardening, and this is cheap. You do want to ask if you're buying bales of straw, if they have been sprayed with an herbicide or anything like that. These have not. The other thing is they were $5. So I'm building up my soil as well as another gardening medium for the plants. The other tip on straw bale gardening is they do dry out a little bit faster than the soil. So today we are looking at 86 degrees and I am just going to give them a quick water. So one of the things that I am doing here, I am not liking the looks of some of these cucumbers. These 3 are doing really well. These 3, 4, I'm not liking them too much. So I brought my seed packet out. And what I'm going to do is I am just going to plant direct sow a couple of these cucumbers seeds. Now this is a pickling cucumber. So I am just going to put this in there. I'll probably put 3 seeds in there. Cover it over. And then if these come up and they look better than these, then I'm just going to pull the weaker of the plants. But I definitely want to get some cucumbers in this year, or get some pickles in this year. I did not have a good cucumber year last year. We were in drought and it was awful. So I kind of am giving myself some insurance. And trying to get ahead of this. I have lost a couple plants Now, the ones that I have on the deck, they look amazing. But these, not so much. And I had planted dill. The dill is all coming up. It's just baby dill right now. So I'm excited about that. I will show you the English cucumbers look worse than the pickling cucumbers. And it probably has to do with the weather that we had, because we did not come out of the 40s and 50s for a while, and they were outside, so hardening off. But I will just continue to add some other seeds in so that we can get a good cucumber harvest. But I'll show you the English cucumbers. All right, so these are the English cucumbers, and some are doing okay, and then you've got ones like this that they're not. So I'm just pulling the plant, and what I'm going to do is add more cucumber seed to this. Where there is straw, I'm just going to put 3 seeds in to hope to get some germination there. Where there is straw, those are green beans. So cucumbers and green beans are great companion plants. And the green beans will actually cover up the root system of the cucumber and keep it cooler in the heat of summer. So I think I'm going to put one more in over here. And then I'll kind of show you what we've got planted down here in the lower garden. It's a little windy today. Down in the lower garden, this is where I have my cucumbers, I have onions, I have peppers, Brussels sprouts, celery, green beans. We have the honey nut squash, and then we have delicata squash. We have more cabbage, kale, and leeks, and then more onions, peppers, lettuce, kale, those types of things are all down here. In the upper garden, that is where we have all our peas, our broccoli. We have garlic, broccoli, cabbage, and our 28 tomato plants. So it's busy to keep up with it, but it is so worth it in the end. So here are my rules, and these are just mine. If you want to do a no by June, by all means. You know, I have always seen people do this in January and February in the winter. Well, it's June and I need to do this. So like I said, I am not buying anything. I am going to be using everything that I have in my home. I have given myself a $25 a week budget for the grocery store. And what do I need for $25? Milk, maybe some cheese, eggs, although I get those from the egg lady. But those are things that I will be needing to be able to prepare all the food. Now, some of you may say, hey, wait a second, Marie, you have 2 teenagers home from school, you know, for the summer. I do. And that is going to be part of the challenge because I'm not buying the frozen pizzas anymore. I'm not buying all those things. So if we want pizza, we're making it from scratch. I have flour. I have everything that I would need to make those things. Meat, I am good on. I can absolutely get through a month without purchasing meat, although, and this is another reason why we are doing this month. This is an expensive month for us in the fact that we have half of a cow coming, which is going to take our savings down, which is why I want to replenish the savings and not buy anything. Now we're still paying our bills, putting gas in the car. We have a budget for that. But as for food or going out and doing activities, you know, Father's Day is coming. And I talked to my husband, and we are going down to a park, a state park that has a beautiful lake, and it is a hike around the lake, and then you can kayak on the lake or swim in the lake. So that's what we're doing for Father's Day. So other than the gas that it's gonna take to get down there, we'll pack our picnic, take it with us, and just go relax for the day. So I challenge you, maybe you don't wanna do a no spend June, but could you do a low spend June? Is your budget tight? I know mine is, and everywhere I turn, everything is more expensive. So let's figure out how we can cut things down and do this together. I have recipes for you for the month on feeding breakfast for the kiddos without having to do boxes of cereal or anything like that. So it's gonna be a lot of month of scratch cooking, throwing together recipes with substitutions because I'm not running to the store to buy anything. And yeah, and then by July, a lot of our fresh fruit and vegetables will be coming in. What can I use out of the garden right now? Well, I have lettuce out there that I can use, and I have radishes coming in. So we'll bring the lettuce in, maybe do a chicken salad on lettuce or something like that. I am going to sow more lettuce seeds so that I can keep replenishing the lettuce in the garden. But that's what we're doing. So another thing I am doing to set myself up for success is I'm going through my freezers to see exactly what I have. This is an old freezer that was actually given to us, and we need to repair the seal on it. Therefore, I have to defrost it to be able to see what I have on the top shelf. But that's what we're going to be doing. So I've got coolers here, and I am just going to fill the coolers. Frozen blueberries, so we know we have that. Frozen zucchini. And I'm actually going to leave one of those out and use that. I've got some buns, frozen jalapenos, and it'll just keep going. This is what I can't get into. And yet I have vegetables up here, and that's what I need for this challenge. So spinach for the dogs. Notice I always get it on markdown. This month I'm pulling out all the stops. I've got my clothesline back up. I'm hanging clothes, especially because we had to turn the AC on, at least just for sleeping. But here's another tip. Keep that AC temp at least 75 or 76, and it will not run forever. Now, some of you may say, oh my gosh, that's too warm. It is when it's 76 degrees outside. But when it's 86 or 90, 76 feels heavenly. So one of the first things that I'm doing is I'm setting myself up for success with this no buy challenge. I had brought up for spring cleaning my mock mill and my wheat berries, and I still will use them. But my Cuisinart hand mixer, it went down over the weekend. And I said, I'm not buying another. So what am I going to use more of? Am I going to use more of the mill, or am I going to use more of my KitchenAid? So I'm swapping these two things out because I will definitely use the KitchenAid more than I will the mock mill. I am just putting the mock mill into the dining room where the KitchenAid was, but these babies are heavy. So these babies are heavy, so to constantly bring it back and forth, I'm like, no. And we're gonna put it right here. So let's get going. So I had this bag of vegetables, and it was from a veggie tray that somebody brought to the graduation party. And so I'm like, this is going to be perfect for a stir fry. And I'm just gonna chop up these peppers, get them ready, and I'll be able to do the stir fry tomorrow night. And I will show you the meals that I'm putting together with what we have and how to use the produce that I do can during the summer and then use all winter long. So this is gonna be an interesting series. I also have an entire bag of zucchini. So I will be making some zucchini bread, and then I am making a poblano beef chili for my husband, for his lunches. And I have a bag of poblanos back here that are already sliced, ready to go. So I'll be using that. But yeah, oh, and then I'll add the zucchini into the chili. So half of it, you know. But the nice thing about zucchini is shredded zucchini, you cannot taste the zucchini. It actually absorbs the flavors of your dishes. So this is kind of what I'm doing. Dog food's getting made. It is a busy homemaking day. We're getting some things done, setting ourselves up for success for this month of a no spend. So the freezer is defrosted, wiped down, wiped out, and now I can put everything back in and know exactly what vegetables I have. And so that feels good. I plugged it back in. We're gonna let it get cold. So now we're in my cold room, and I feel pretty confident going into this no spend challenge. I'm not going to the grocery store. There are some things that we do need to use up. I have carrots that we've canned from last year. Tomato products, I have plenty, actually more than enough. I have 2 years of tomato products down here. So we're going to be using those up. Same with like the corn. I have last year's green beans that I still need to work through. So this is vegetable wise what we're going to be eating. As it comes to the $25 a week, maybe I'll pick up things like a bag of onions, those types of things, so that I can continue to make meals out of all this. I have been stocking up on things like rice and pasta and beans. And so I have plenty to get us through and then still have a little surplus just in case. But how about you? Have you ever done a no spend or low spend? Leave it in the comments below. Give me your advice. What were things that you found successful, and what were things that maybe you a pitfall, or maybe you wish you would have known differently about? I would love to hear from you. This is another one of my freezers, and I want to show you I will be good whenever butter goes on sale. I stock up with the 5. You can get 5 of them at $2.99. So I am good on things like butter. This I have my chickens in. When I stock up on the whole chickens. So I'm good. I'm good on meat, and I really am excited about this challenge. I thought I would take a break and just come out here for a minute. You know, a full day on my feet in the kitchen and running around the house, and my knees start to hurt. And that's 54 for you. Uh, and, you know, my whole goal for this no spend is to just beef up our savings a little bit. And I'm not a big spender to begin with, so it will be interesting to see what we save as a whole. But yeah, I'm not as confident with this economy right now, and everything is more expensive, and I'm just kind of kicking up doing it myself, and just not spending as much money. And like I said, I'm not a big spender anyways. I'm not a shopper. I do like Amazon, so no Amazon this month. Sorry, Amazon. But, I have to deal with my hand mixer that broke down. And it just broke down last weekend. And I said, I'm not replacing it yet. I'll figure it out. I have a handheld one with the crank, do it yourself. And then I have the KitchenAid. What else do I really need? And I think that for me is the big part, is to tailor back, what do we actually need? But I will say this, it does take some extra time. You know, that old adage, time is money. So yes, your time is worth money. In this case, my time is going to save us some money. So, making our own breads again and cooking from scratch, which I mostly do. Yes, I do buy the occasional frozen pizza when they go on sale for $3.99 to appease my teenager, because I won't order out pizza any longer. It is too expensive. But now we're going to make our own. And I want to see what kind of memories we can make. I want to see what we can do that doesn't cost anything, because like I said, I'm not so confident with today's economy. And they call it the recession, depression, whatever you want to call it. All I know is I want to get some debt paid off and build my savings up. And if this is what I need to do and focus on this, then I will do it. Is anybody out there with me? In the meantime, thank you so much for joining me at Pinebrook Homestead. I will have my next video. I will take you into the garden and show you what I'm doing, what little things I'm doing. But right now, everything's planted. So other than watering and sunshine, that is what we need. In the meantime, everybody, thank you so much for joining me. Stick around and maybe try a no spend or low spend with me. See what happens to your savings account. Have a great day. Bye-bye.